Episode 11, Firewall Rescue, is the moment the signal gale stops reacting and starts acting as one. Jay commits treason, Matrixx runs point, Threadbinder binds the whole op together, Ghost Arrow walks the razor's edge with Renscale, and CinderVox burns through the hand's firewall in both body and myth. The tone is siege cinematic. Thunder, pulse, resolve.
Neon drips on rusted chrome. The law's gone home, I'm all alone.
Welcome back. The signal burns on.
Recovered fragment.
Red Neon Justice. The Signal Dramas.
You're now tuned to
Red Neon Justice, Episode 11, Firewall Rescue. Intro hiss, slow drum roll. Tower sirens bleeding into magenta hum. A signal hums beneath the rain. It carries a single word encoded in flame and laughter. Home. The city hears it. The hand panics. The signal answers. Cue, signal gale motif. All four color themes layered in one pulse. Prologue. Orders and treason. Corporate boardroom ambience. Static screens. Echoing footsteps. Corporate J stands before a wall of red glyphs. The board's directive scrolls across the glass. Open quote, Project Crucible failure. Engage purge protocol. Terminate all ember residuals. Close quote, his reflection splits in the glow, half purple, half magenta. He removes his badge, places it on the console, and overlays Matrixx's code. The glyphs invert, red, white, vanish. Open quote, J. You taught me laughter. Let's see what fire can teach them. Close quote, he triggers the leak. Sting, J Rebellion motif, snare rattle burst into low synth roar. Scene 1. Matrixx sets the plan. Signal safe house, projector whir, rain through vent shafts. Blueprints of the ruined Crucible sprawl across a holographic table. Matrixx gestures, magenta lines sketching corridors, timing pulses, guard loops. Open quote, they rebuilt half the firewall overnight. We're walking into a memory cage, not a building. Close quote. Threadbinder draws threads over her projection, weaving cyan loops through magenta circuits. Open quote, then we build a story stronger than theirs. Close quote. Scarab checks his gauntlets. Open quote, I'll make the cut. You tie the wound. Close quote. CinderVox leans against a wall, still pale but burning behind the eyes. Open quote. I get the fun part, burning the firewall. Close quote. Ghost Arrow glances at her, wary but proud. Open quote. Try not to melt the rest of us. No promises. Laughter echo once, fade to roach. Scene 2. The Aprunder, wind over industrial district, neon signs buzzing out. The gale rides a stolen hand transport through the storm. Threadbinder masks their signatures in cyan smoke. Matrixx feeds false orders to the checkpoint. Open quote, guard over radio, convoy 7, clearance approved, Gareth. They never learn their own voices, close through the gates. Above them, Tower 88 glows like a witness. Scene 3, the firewall. Low electrical thrum, coolant mist, alarms far off. Deep inside, a massive circular door spins with red light. The firewall core. Streams of data pour through transparent pipes. At its center, CinderVox's stolen flame, the ember residual, burns in a containment coil. Open quote, Matrixx, that's her signature. They cloned it. Scarab, then we steal it back. Close quote. CinderVox steps forward. Her crest flares green, casting reflections on the metal. Open quote, it's me, not it. Close quote. She presses her hands to the coil. The flame responds, surging toward her like a lost animal. The firewall alarms ignite in red. Open quote. Reclaim complete, Matrixx whispers. Now run. Close quote. Hash scene 4. The hand strikes back, alarms howling, boots pounding, gunfire echo. Obelisk. 9 storms the corridor. Threadbinder spins threads between pillars, turning hallways into impossible mazes. Each knot collapses a path behind them. Ghost Arrow fires a chain shot that ricochets down a hall, dropping 3 soldiers. He grins through rain and smoke. Open quote, that's for her cage. Close quote. CinderVox throws an ember charge into a drone cluster. A flower of green light opens, then implodes, absorbing the explosion into silence. Open quote, Scarab to Threadbinder, seal us a path up. Threadbinder, already woven. Close quote. Cue battle motif, signal gale theme. Scene 5, Jay breaks cover. Hand command center. Panicked radio chatter. Executives scramble as systems flicker magenta. Jay steps into the core console, code unbuttoned, face set. Open quote. Board member, contain the gale. You should have learned by now, you can't contain weather. Close quote. He swipes a sequence. Hand servers cascade into meltdown mode. The firewall network collapses. The broadcast towers flash from red to white to magenta across the skyline. Open quote. Laugh louder, Scarab. Close quote. J motif. Jazz trumpet burst over heavy drums. Scene 6. The gale ascends. Elevator roar. Metal clanging, harpy temper them. The signal gale rides a freight lift through smoke and light. Threadbinder holds the structure together with threads that spark cyan. CinderVox stands at the center, flames spreading across the lift walls without burning them. Open quote. Ghost arrow? They'll see us. Then they'll remember us. Close quote. The lift bursts through a shattered ceiling into open rain. A column of green fire spirals up into the sky, visible across Nelton Ectator. Muraleth motif emerges through the fire, strings and choir together. Scene 7. Extraction complete. Rain pouring hard, wind whipping, citywide alarms dying out. They land on a rooftop helipad, the tower behind them collapsing inward under its own code. CinderVox kneels, hands smoldering. Matrixx wraps her in a thermal cloak. Open quote, Matrixx, you're free. Freedom's loud, close quote. Scarab watches the distance. Red lights still blink far away, but weaker now. Threadbinder ties the last knot, binding their 5 colors into a single pulse that floats upward like a beacon. Open quote. The signal gale. Whole again. Close quote. Epilogue. Hand aftermath, dim data center hum, broken screens, wind through cracks. The archive host awakens in the dark. Her face no longer flickers between expressions, only a steady white light. Open quote. Error. Undefined loyalty, she whispers. Maybe that's what it feels like to choose. Close quote. She turns toward a window. Outside, 5 colors flare and merge into one. The butterfly of light passes through the glass without breaking it. Closing narration. Soft jazz undertone with rain and narrator. Open quote. A city built on firewalls just learned what fire feels like. 5 voices spoke as one, and the hand heard fear for the first time. They call it sabotage. We call it rescue. Close quote. Fade to silence. Single neon heartbeat. Distant thunder. End card. Red Neon Justice, Episode 11, Firewall Rescue. Rain turns to embers. The muraleth flies through them, leaving a magenta trail that forms the signal glyph before fading to static.
Tonight's broadcast of Red Neon Justice is fueled by the finest static-tested sponsors across the Scarabverse. First, raise a glass of Unicorn Piss, the only neon energy drink guaranteed to glow brighter than the hand's billboard. Cleanse the air with Aphelion incense. Drift your mind beyond the static, one ember at a time. Hungry? Dig into a bowl of Blue Mac, the blue macaroni and cheese that melts your mind and binds your glyphs. Need a playset for the rebels in training? Young Rockstar's Bedroom Breakdown delivers the noise, the toys, and the neon-lit chaos right to your living room. And when you need your project cut sharper than a neon whip, trust Tape Deck TV. Editing and graphics starting at just $88. Serious projects only. Always Signal approved. These are the brands keeping the justice red, the signal burning, and the story alive.
Episode 12, The Weaver's Price, where Threadbinder overextends himself to hold the signal together and the gale regroups in the Velvet Nocturne.